The other day I was VOD reviewing my tournament games, and I noticed something. I wasn't playing very confident. I wrote it down in my notes several times, and this morning it hit me. I now know why I miss my shots in high pressure situations, or why I play very well at the start of a tourney, only to choke in the final matches. It's because I start feeling anxious. Instead of focusing on doing my best and winning, my mind is distracted by thoughts like, what if I miss this shot? Or, I need to get a good game here or the tournament is over. I don't want to mess up, so I start being afraid of dying. That's what I mean with feeling anxious. All the pressure just builds up in my mind and my confidence goes way down. You might be thinking, is confidence really that important? Can't you just rely on your skill? I believe that you cannot use your skill properly if you're not feeling confident. Maybe you can do consistent triple edits, but you don't do them in a tourney because you're afraid of messing up. Maybe you know how to take height in endgame, but you're afraid of what could go wrong. You can have all the skill in the world, but if you're not confident, all the skill has gone to waste. And if you want to go further down the rabbit hole, anxiety also leads to more anxiety. Let's say loads of people are landing at your drop spot and you decide not to land there anymore. You're afraid of dying off spawn, so you land somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You find some loot, but you're pretty scuffed. Then you see a team fighting. You could run up to them and third party to get the refresh you desperately need. But this game you were playing scared and safe, so you only go for long range tags. Now you go into endgame with bad loot and you waste 20 minutes only to place 25th. I hope you can see how anxiety can form a frame in your mind for the rest of the game and the rest of the tournament. Every time a decision has to be made, you operate from the frame, I am scared. If you think about it, you should be a lot more afraid of wasting time than losing your game. But that is not a natural instinct. So what is the solution? You didn't click on this video just to hear me talk about the problem. You came here for answers. And before we get into my advice, I have to start off with a disclaimer. You cannot be confident without being competent. Competence is being skilled. If you haven't practiced taking height, you won't feel confident doing so. Just keep that in mind. Okay, for the solution I have two approaches. The first approach is to pretend that a tournament is just like pubs or creative. It is filled with bots and bad players. All these kids are trash and you are 10 times better than them. You can easily win any fight and win the game. This is the mindset I prefer and it always makes me play a lot better. The second approach is to say before the match, I have nothing to worry about, I'm going to play confident this game. Trust me, saying that you will play confident actually helps you play more confident. See it as giving your mind a heads up and a reminder to stay calm and confident. Okay, now I have 4 important bonus tips to help you play more confident. Number 1, do not care about what happens if you win or lose. This is easier said than done. It's only natural to worry about how many points you need to qual, or if you're playing ranked, which division you're in. I get that you don't want to lose, but you shouldn't worry about losing. If you lose, your life is not over. Just move on to the next game or the next tourney. Learn from your mistakes, but don't let a lack of confidence be one of them. Tip number 2, breathe. Breathing has been proven to reduce stress. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you might stress out, just focus on breathing. Breathe in deeply from the nose into your stomach. And while you're doing that, you might as well use approach 1 or approach 2 to gain back your confidence. Tip number 3. If you play overconfident, you might take a lot of risk. A skilled player can get away with it. But if you are not so great at the game, you need to know your limits. If you notice yourself taking too many unnecessary risks, I would suggest that you dial back your confidence to around 80%. Tip number 4, find a better teammate. If you are not confident in your duo, you're not going to play confident yourself. If you want to find better teammates, you can join my Discord server, because we have a really cool feature, PR chats. You can only see certain chats when you have enough PR. This way you can easily find players that have the same PR as you. If you want to check out the server, it's the first link in the description. I hope you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you in another video. Peace.